So the quick answer is there are no industries that are not vulnerable. Every single organization out there today needs technology to run its business. That's the primary ask. What makes it slightly different from an industry perspective are two things. One, what is your business model? Does your business model involve multiple technology systems? For example, you spoke about Dream11. Dream11 is affected by data privacy. Dream11 is affected by regulatory compliances that are related to gaming practices. Dream11 is affected by the fact that they operate across multiple geographies. So for various industries that have those additional layers that they need to address in some way or form, the subsequent investment in cybersecurity, the subsequent investment in technology is much more. To that extent, because these are fairly new areas of operations as well, it also means there are more blind spots, which means you need more risk professionals who are, let's say, focused on ensuring that the company's rights, obligations, etc., are adequately addressed. So that's one aspect, which means that some of the new age companies potentially have a lot more areas that need support. But are they always the ones that invest more? That's a mixed bag, honestly. You will find that some of the older companies with larger brand value invest more simply because they need to protect their brand more. But it's not always, let's say, focused on do they need it more? It's focused more about the brand itself. However, as a general practice, some of the newer age companies, by virtue of their business model, need more investments.
No, I completely echo what you said, Suraj. I think it's a very pertinent question, Puneet, that we get from from the industries that we go out and our customers, our clients are seeking some thought leadership. That am I really that impacted? Is it really a problem for me? Short answer to what Suraj said as well. The answer is absolutely yes. To what extent? I think that's what varies. Like Suraj said right. When we talk about technology risk management, we're not just talking about any one particular facet within risk management, right? So technology risk management, like Suraj mentioned, is a collection, it's a gamut of 10, 15 different things. It will impact you in your application security. It will impact you in your external network points. It will impact you from a vulnerability standpoint, from a data privacy standpoint, from cybersecurity, from cloud adoption, from your third-party risk management, right? So technology risk management essentially comes up in multiple facets. And I think the impact or the difference within multiple industries kind of come up from how they are using the technology rather than the line of business that they're in. Sure, financial services do look to be the one that is the highest impacted, but that's also because it has prima facie the maximum number of end user external touch points. But that's a very generic statement, right? That is to say, I wouldn't generalize it to just that, which is why I think what we believe in is every organization, regardless of what industry it is, and that's the beauty of technology risk management. It is industry agnostic to the extent that will it be applicable? Yes. But the industry nuances come in where do you focus? For a company like Dream11, for example, what Suraj mentioned, privacy and cybersecurity would play a far bigger role than, say, a traditional model which is still running on a supply chain services, right? And I think that's where the companies need to sit down, evaluate implement a top-down approach, evaluate what are the top priorities for them, where do the risks lie, what is going to be the biggest impact, and then what do we do to minimize that impact. But of course, I think as we would have seen, it's a very, very recent incident. There was a global outage, Microsoft outage. And for what? Because there was a patch issue with one of their third-party providers. And we can just, think about it. Microsoft is such a technology-heavy focused organization. You would assume that it has just as much of a focus on risk management as it does. But the fact of the matter is, regardless of how advanced that company in itself is technology-wise, it's not immune to, gaps and leakages within risk management. There are so many aspects that I think is a comprehensive technology risk management framework that they have to look at, and I think that's why this never gets boring, right? Every day there's a new risk that gets identified, and then there is a new implementation plan that we have to kind of think about. There are inherent risks, residual risks that we all have to focus on, and that's what we've seen, across industries.